What follows is my own moving toast to the group.
Before we came over here tonight, my cousin Lester was up meeting with us. Where's Lester? He said, there she sits over there. And he had our little family group. And he said, I want you people to know that when we're in this group, this is the happiest I ever get. And I said, well, Lester, I would say the same thing. Except I would add to it that group of people we're going to be meeting with tonight. And that's the happiest I ever get. I would really like to express how I feel about this group, the Wolf River Society, to start with, and followed up by the usual suspects. Because they kind of overlap each other. The Wolf River Society, as all of you know, was started by Lucius Birch in February of 1961. Now, I didn't, in the olden days, I wasn't sure how I felt about Birch, because our politics were eons apart.
But when are you from?
But he did a lot of things. He started his life as a young lawyer opposing E.H. Crump, and it was very unpopular thing. And he was an outstanding trial lawyer. He had a magnificent facility for extemporaneous speaking. And he represented, as all of you know, Martin Luther King he and Charlie, that is, in his last court appearance, the very day that he was shot. Charlie told me that they were on their way back to the office from the court hearing when they got the message that Martin Luther King had been killed a few minutes before. But when I think about Birch, I think about the Wolf River Society. Because in my view, this was the greatest contribution that he made to Memphis, in my view. That's Carmine laughing, but Birch wanted to preserve conversation. And in the deathless words of, I guess, Oscar Hammerstein, paraphrasing, some places conversation has almost disappeared. Young people haven't used it for years. And it's very important. It's been very, very important to my life. And anytime I think about what I really enjoy, it's sitting down with the people that are in this room, a few others, and just talking, rather than having somebody stand up and address them. But now, Craig, who's a usual suspect, he never was a member of the Wolf River Society. Craig,
I would make him to be an honorary member of the Gws Moving Toast right here.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah. We'll look into that. I'm coming up on the big finish.
I'm trying to hurry the time.
What?
I'm trying to hurry you up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All stories over 5 minutes have to have a point.
I wanted to say we're about to get in serious trouble with the NSA. I just want you to know, because I'm going to end up with talking about the sayings of 1,000-year-old sayings of a Persian astronomer and poet 1,000 years ago who came to fame for writing, the moving finger writes and having writ moves on. Nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word. He wrote in that same poem what was actually a very hopeful thing, expressing the philosophy. With the earth's first clay, they did the last man knead, and there the last harvest sowed seed. And the first morning of creation wrote what the last dawn of reckoning shall read. He then said, and I have to tell you people who are not devoted to poetry and maybe who never watch television or the internet or, in the words of George Saunders, otherwise have no care at all about the world around you. This is happy, although you may not get it right away. And yon rising moon, how oft hereafter shall see wax and wane? How oft hereafter rising, look for us through this same garden, and the one in vain. And then he ends up saying, and when like her, O Saki, you shall pass among the guests star scattered on the grass, and in your joyous errand reach the place where I made one, turn down an empty glass. So here is to the Wolf River Society and the usual suspects.